Michael Nagy here with Jiggy Jag TV and DiscoveringBands.com. And for everyone watching, if you can share this video on my channel and help support the awesome bands I feature. And today I'm here with Raichyl Sinversa. How you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. It's good to have you. Now, you want to start off by telling us what you've been up to since the last time we talked?
A lot, actually. I shoot pretty much every weekend, and I've done a live show already. I have another live show coming up this Saturday and another one in November, and I was published 4 times, and I've been working on some new material and got a new producer. It's a lot of stuff.
Wow, that's exciting. You got a new single, so tell us about that.
Yes, I just dropped You Tell Me on all major platforms. Well, iTunes, Amazon, and Spotify for sure. And it's out there, and you know, I'm getting pretty good response on the song, and about to launch a music video for it.
Tell us a little about the song.
So it's kind of more or less about a woman's scorn. I don't really actively write, I passively write, so I don't necessarily know until I'm listening to it, and then I'm like, oh my god, that's what it's about. But I think it's about one of my exes in specifics. I originally wrote it for one ex, and then I realized that it's more about another one. So yeah, it's just a very, very angry song, even though it's a pop song and it's catchy and it's fun. But it's a very angry song. I had one of my friends reach out to me on on Messenger one time, and he said, "Who hurt you?" Those were his words. He said, "Who hurt you?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "I listened to You Tell Me. What happened?"
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's what people are getting out of it, and people are going to get out of it what they want to get out of it. So.
And what else are you working on? Do you have any more songs in the works?
I do. I have an entire 13-track album that I'm working on right now, and I got a new producer who wants to do things in a heavier direction, and we're really excited. We have a lot of great things planned.
When you say heavier, can you elaborate more on that?
So I like a lot of underground music, and a lot of the underground music I listen to has heavy overdriven guitars and elements of industrial, but is still, but my music is still kind of poppy and has like hip hop bass lines and heavy 808 and things like that. So I'm kind of crossing over the worlds, like a female cell dweller in a way.
Awesome. I love Cell Dweller, so it's awesome.
Yeah, no, I'm a big fan of him and Blue Stolly, and so that's kind of the direction I wanted to go from the beginning. Less synth, more guitar, but definitely more of the like heavy, hard-hitting bass lines.
Now, you recently just did a show. You got another show coming up. What's it like playing during the pandemic?
Different. The stigma is there. There are people that want to wear their masks and are terrified of everyone else, and then there are people that just don't care and come into the venue and take their mask off right away and start to feel comfortable, and that's fine. People are just kind of like stuck in their houses for so long that everybody just has cabin fever, and they want to go out and they want to go to these shows. And I only got a few people to the last show that I went to, but there were about 30 people in the crowd total. And this show, this Saturday, I have about 7 to 12 confirmed guests just for me alone, and we have capacity restrictions. So, you know, people have to buy their tickets in advance, but it should be kind of sold out. So.
And can they do outdoor shows with more people, or?
Outdoor shows have more people. A friend of mine actually, I'm trying to think of what Veronica Sinful, thank you. She did a show at for her School of Rock thing that she does, and there were like probably close to 200 people there. But there were like the main tables and chairs, and then there was like people brought their own lawn chairs, brought their own like little folding tables, and it was a nice big setup outside of Tom and Jerry's, and we could have that because we were outdoors. But for the most part, every time people walk around, it's the same deal. You put your mask on to walk around the room. You know, when you're seated, you can have your mask off.
Got your cat trying to make an appearance here.
Yeah, she does that. She always needs to be the center of attention. You want to join us? Come on over.
Introduce your cat.
Come here, Ellie Bells. This is Ellie. And she wants your lap.
animals like me. So, how has the pandemic affected you personally?
So I wish I could say bad things. There are a few bad things, like I haven't been able to pay any of my bills in the last 7 months, but I really wouldn't have a career or as much of a career without the pandemic. So it kind of was like a really hard edge turning point for me. Like everything just kind of clicked when I was miserable in my house for like 2 months, binge eating snacks and junk food and feeling sorry for myself. And then I decided, you know what? No, now is the time to work on my career. Now is the time to put myself out there. So I did. And I started joining all these TFP modeling groups and I took every opportunity. And next thing I know, I'm shooting every weekend. And, I am finishing my song and I'm networking with people. I have about 4 other collaborations lined up that I haven't said anything about. So, yeah.
Glad to hear you're staying focused. That's really important.
It's incredibly important, and I quit dancing, and that was a big thing for me because I needed to close that chapter of my life. And now that I've closed that chapter, I wait tables, and I feel like I'm more connected to the career work. Like I'm more connected to my music. I'm inspired all the time. I'm constantly writing again. I felt stagnant before, and it took a pandemic to fix that for me.
Interesting, because I remember it's been years you were working on the project, stopped for a while, and now you're doing it, so you think now you're just going to hopefully continue full force?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm not stopping anytime soon. I have a new producer who actually gets my vision, and I have a 13-track album I've been trying to make for many years. We're probably going to drop an EP fairly soon, and there's a new music video coming out, and there's a lot of other stuff marketing-wise that are going around the whole brand. So I think that now is a really great time to kind of like refocus and rebrand Raichyl Sinversa and put myself back out there as, somewhat of a sensation and not just a girl that has all these things to say about what she wants to do with her career and doesn't make any moves. Now it's been more action and less talk.
Now, if people want to find your music, find you online, look you up on social media, how do they do that?
I'm like the easiest person to find on the internet. Go to a Google search and search Raichyl, which is Raichyl. The first thing that pops up is going to be my EPK. It's my Reverb Nation page, followed by, I believe, my Instagram, my Facebook, and all that. You can also search Raichyl Sinversa, Raichyl Sinversa, on iTunes, Amazon, or Spotify, and you can find the single You Tell Me out there available for download.
Awesome. Now, where would you like to see yourself maybe a year from now?
A year from now, I am thinking I'd like to move to LA, but if things go well here, then that's perfectly fine. I'll just be doing more shows out there and more collaborations, definitely more travel. Within a year to 5 years, I am aiming for a UK record deal and an international tour.
Awesome. Right now, with the way the world is, it's kind of hard to plan. You just take it as it goes, right?
Exactly. I have learned to literally live my life one day at a time because nothing is promised and everything changes like that. Like I could be having a miserable day and I get that call from somebody that says, "Hey, I want to book you for a shoot this weekend," or "Hey, I'd like you to play such and such venue." And it'll change everything. So I'm just pacing myself in this, and all I can do is what I do now. I run promo like 80% of my week, and I post on Instagram every day. I post on TikTok, and I'm trying to kind of put myself out there. That's all I can do.
Definitely. Now, what are some bands maybe you'd like to tour with sometime in the future?
I am completely obsessed with Nothing But Thieves. I think that even though their music is different than mine, I feel like our vibes would kind of connect pretty well. We're both very vocally challenging singers, so that would be a good thing. And obviously, Birthday Massacre. I have my sights set on playing the Unconvention if I can get people to vote for me. I had 6 votes last time I checked. So I'm trying to do that. I would like to tour with ultimately maybe Evanescence or Julian K. There's a lot of bands out there that are kind of like not like I don't really fit in a genre, so there's a lot of different ways that I can go. UK wise, definitely Grimes or Fantagram, things like that. So, trying to kind of cross over.
Speaking of, what genre would you maybe class, like goth pop, or it's hard to say?
Goth pop doesn't sell, so I can't call myself that anymore. I just tell people I'm pop with an edge, and if they have to put me in a genre, I just say I'm pop alternative because it's a genre people understand. When people can't put you in a box, they don't quite know how to take you, and they don't necessarily like you. But when they can fit you into a box, then it's so much easier for them to present you to the world, and you just kind of have to accept it. And there are things that you have to make sacrifices and, learn to pick your battles, and one of them is not genre.
Now, what other projects are you part of? You part of anything else?
Yeah, I got published 4 times this year. I'm in 2 books. I'm in a magazine, and I'm on the cover of a rap album, painted in gold and covered in glitter. And I have a couple more magazine shoots coming up, a calendar shoot, and lots more posters. So that on the modeling front, a lot of things. On the music front, I'm trying to put together an all-girl metal band, or at least get some kind of a metal backup for the project that I have, because I want to go in a little bit more of a heavier direction. And with the other stuff that I do, just a lot of collaborations that I haven't talked about. So there's going to be little pieces of Raichyl Sinversa all over the internet. You guys won't be able to escape me.
Awesome. We'll look forward to seeing what you have coming up, and everyone look her up.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is my first ever acoustic performance, and this is Forgive Me Not. Dreams of past
do those things, will you? Seen it before, seems to be ways one can enjoy like additional